Alright guys, I got another video here for you. Wow, I hit record and now I can see everything. Before everything was fuzzy. But here's a more close-up look of the tool that I was using on the Mul-T-Lock G-47. Let's see where to start at. The G-47 is right back there. And you guys are going to have to bear with me because I'm holding the camera with the bipod stand and working with one hand here. As you can see on the back of the tool, I gotta turn this. Maybe turn it this way. Turn it around. There. Sorry about that. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get, I guess. On the back of the tool, it says H&H Locksmith Tools. Hope you guys can see that. And then, just bear with me here, guys. I apologize. Kind of limited on how I can work. Right in here, you're going to see some numbers. You're going to see numbers 5, 6, and 7. That corresponds with the pins in the lock, and you're also going to see a vertical line. That corresponds with these numbers right here on the tool. What these numbers are right here are part of the decoding process after the lock is picked. And these numbers here and these lines right here, those represent the different positions where the pins are located at. Get this out here. You get this calibration tool that comes with the kit. And what you do is you slide the tip of the tool up into there and you put that needle, you make that center line there, divide your tip of your pick. So that's how you calibrate the tool. And there's a Allen head screw. The handle's covering it. There's an Allen head screw down in here that corresponds with this piece of metal going all the way through. And basically you loosen that Allen head screw and you can readjust your needle to line up and set here. In fact, I might be able to show somewhat how this works. Yeah, a little bit. You slide your calibration tool on, kind of like that. And as you can see, and let's see if I can do this. Doing this through the... Okay, this just is not going to work. But anyway, I hope you get the idea. Basically, you... Boy, this is just turning into a train wreck already. I think I'm just going to stick with picking locks. Come on. Come on. There we go. You slide this in. You can't even see, yeah, you can see that line there. And what you do is you zero your tool back here to the number 7. Push it all the way forward, which pushes that needle all the way forward. And basically you loosen that set screw inside there and just make sure that that line divides that tip of that needle dead center. And then you're pretty much calibrated. Alright, let's get this off here. This handle comes off. There's other things on this tool, other writings. Maybe if I can show it. Get it turned around here. It says Mul-T or Mul-7 pins R. That's for Mul-T-Lock, 7 pins right, 2-in-1 pick and decoder tool. Can't talk now. There's a look at it. And basically how it works, you guys are going to have to really bear with me, is as you go in, you slide the pick into the lock, and you come back here, and as you start, you normally start with the first pin, but we're going to go here with number 5. As you get underneath number 5, you're applying tension through this handle here, And so you apply tension and rotate. I'm not sure how I want to do this. I'll use the lock. Maybe. Yeah, that will work. Maybe. You apply tension and you rotate the pick. And you see over here in the corner the pick is rotating. You can kind of use that decoding scale to tell you how high and how low you're actually lifting the pen. And if you look on the tip as I rotate this, you'll see the tip rotating up. And that is how you push the pens up. And then you go to number 4. Yeah, you're at number 4. And you start to rotate up and you set that pen. So that's basically how this tool works. And the tool's kind of sensitive, I guess. And once you get the tool in the lock, normally what I do is you rotate up, you'll hit the keyway. And I rotate down and feel for the bottom of the keyway. And I go to my then I rotate it back up. And then I go to my first pen. I push it in until the tool stops. And then I rotate the tip of the pick down underneath the pen. And I push it in a little bit further. And then I get it underneath the pen and begin to push it up. You can normally tell when you're underneath the pen, but not always, because the pens have spring pressure. If you rotate the pick up, all the way up, and just let go of the handle part here, once you let go, it will rotate down just a little bit because it's under spring tension. But just want to give you guys a closer look at this tool, give you maybe a size comparison. Here's a size comparison of the tool with my Zippo lighter. As you can see, it's really not that big. It's a good little tool. It's a lot better for me to use this tool than versus sticking dimple picks in there and getting them all tangled up. But as you can see by the numbers there, you just push this in, or actually you rotate it down so it slides underneath the pens. And you just push it in, and as you come to a pen, you lift it up and it'll set or it won't set. Rotate back down, go to your next pen, rotate it up. It either sets or doesn't. You just keep going as you set the pens. Push it in. Yeah. And that's pretty much how this tool works. I'll try to provide a link down below this video for maybe a cheaper place to go to get these tools. Kind of hesitant to do that. You can order these, I think, direct from China. If you do, gosh, I hate to say this and have somebody get mad. If you do order stuff direct from China, I've ordered tools direct from China before, and what they've come, yeah, they do come as advertised, and they're the actual tools, but they are covered in like packing grease and shipping grease, and you got to degrease them and clean them all up, and it's just a giant pain in the ass. But for some people out there, they may want to do that. You can save quite a bit of money that way. So I'll try to provide a link down below. Now keep in mind, I haven't ordered from this link, but it is another link to get tools like this. And there's another tool out there that is very similar, and I think it may be even made by the same company, H&H. This tool, I think, might be the latest generation of tools, of picks. I don't know. There's a couple other picks out there, though, that work very similar. The difference I've seen is the tensioning. When you stick this tool in, you're going to be tensioning the lock right by the keyway. The other tools, the tensioning is back here. They also, so I'm not sure if that's going to provide you with an advantage or not. The reason why I like this tool, though, is because you have this full metal piece going around that goes all the way into the keyway, and it really does a good job of semi-protecting that tip and making insertion of this tool into the keyway much easier. And it gives you more stability, because this tool, as you apply tension and turning pressure, this tool is going to be going up and down like that, and you have two spots all along down here that are hitting and stabilized in the keyway, which just allows that tip there just to rotate and really work the pins. You don't really have to worry about so much as keeping this tool right side up and square, because it just kind of automatically does that because it's got this long piece here that goes inside the keyway. With the earlier tools, I guess I'll call them that, yeah, like I said, the tensioning is back here. This nut, or this piece right here, would be back here. With the other tools, you don't have this system where you can go to each pin like this with a line. Basically, you have to calibrate this tool with these marks back here, which is nice because if you get out of calibration during picking, or if you're slightly off calibration because of the tolerance of the lock and the tolerance of this tool, you can go to that first pin and figure out when you're underneath the first pin and pick it, and then you can go, okay, I'm either slightly ahead of this line or slightly below this line for the rest of the pins. So as you go through and pick the rest of the pins, you don't have to be dead on that line. You can be slightly past it and pick the pins. So that's what I'm trying to say. I guess if you're out of calibration, you can just wing it by using these tick marks here. On the other tool, you have a series of cutouts in this hollowed out piece right here. You have a series of cutouts, and they go up, and they up, and they go up, and they go up. And what happens is there's an Allen head screw back here. This piece is moved back here again on the other tools. And that Allen head screw acts as a guide. And when you get underneath one of those cutouts, you lift up. Those cutouts are supposed to correspond to the pins in the lock. Well, what happens is if your tool gets out of alignment, the only place you can go up is inside those cutouts. So if your tool gets out of caliber, you got to take it out of the pick, or take it out of the lock, recalibrate it, and then start again. Whereas this tool here is, if it does get out of calibration, you can figure out by touching the pins and feeling for yourself just how much out of calibration it is, and continue to pick the lock, if you will. And to me, that's kind of nice. So if I was going to buy the 5 right and the 5 left, which I might one of these days, maybe, I don't know, it just depends on how life goes, I will probably stick with this generation of a tool, because like I said, I really like the way they did this tip. And so hopefully if you go to the link down below that I provide and do a search for Mul-T-Lock or Israeli pick or whatever they have, you will see some of the different generations of this pick. And like I said, I think it's coming from the same company, H&H. And I think this is one of the newer generations of picks. So anyway, there's a close-up look. Sorry if I didn't do that good of a job in the video, but I'm kind of limited on how I can move stuff around here. But there's a look at it. And I'm very satisfied with this tool. I wish it came with more needles though, because I broke one needle already. But I was really hesitant to order this tool because I didn't think it was going to work. Thought it was going to, and that tip is easy to break when you're moving the entire pick in and out of the keyway. But as long as you rotate it down and put it right back there, so it doesn't get caught on any of the pins. In fact, that's how I broke it. I left it in this position here, and I went to extract the tool out of the keyway. A pin caught on the tip of that pick and just ripped it all to hell. So when you go to take this tool out of the lock or insert it into the lock, you kind of want to make sure maybe this tip is put somewhat in that type of position. That way none of the pins will catch it. The pins are going to be right here when this goes inside, and then you move your needle forward underneath the first pin. As you can see here with the numbers, you got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's pretty much it. But But yeah, if you want to buy this tool, I'm going to go ahead, get it from any place where you want to get it from. It does work. The 5 right and the 5 left. The difference being is the tip is very different. Also, I want to have to do probably another video on Mul-T-Lock and how they do their handing for 5 right, 5 left, and 7 right. Will this tool go into a 5 right keyway? I don't know. I think the broaching, you know what? This video is going to be really long, but I got a 7 right here. So there's that. Actually, there's a 7 right there. And you see how the broaching is. And kind of looking off to the side here. Oh well, I'm just going to do this in another video. This is going to be a 2-part video, I think. But it will go in the 7 right. I think on the 5 right, though, I don't have a pointer. But on the 5 right, the broaching, that little mark there, that little mark there, that little piece right there. On the 5 right, I think the broaching is slightly different, which would negate this tip from going into the lock. But I don't know, I'm not 100% positive. But as you can see, this tip, this whole entire piece here, goes all the way in the lock, and it pretty much makes everything square, which really gives the pick or the tool support. It squares everything up, so it takes less pressure off that needle, which is kind of nice. But anyway, as always, this video is way too long, but I'll probably post it anyway. There's a look at the tool. Highly recommend buying these wherever you can. And again, I think if you just Google maybe H&H locksmith tool for Mul-T-Lock, lots of places will come up where you can buy these guys. And they do work. They just take a little bit of practice. As always, sorry for rambling. You guys have a good one.